Generous. Yeah. They're pretty strapped for guard play. Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Timberlake High School. This is Josh McDonald alongside guest commentator Mara Ashcraft.
Hi,
And
guys.
we are here for Channel 3 Silver Valley Sports, where the Kellogg Wildcats are taking on the Timberlake Tigers in a pivotal Intermountain League battle to determine whether or not there'll be a tie for first place or a tie for second place in the league this year. Starting for the Wildcats tonight is going to be Seniors Raiden Ricketts and Brennan Atkins, along with juniors Gavin Luna, Graydon Nearing, and Tyler Ortley. Starting for the Tigers tonight is Dawson Kramer, Chase Gardam, Jacob James, Sheldon Kistler, and Dylan Kluss. So those are your starters tonight for the Tigers. Last time Wildcats and the Tigers squared off, the Tigers ended up losing their starting point guard. Brennan Atkins, senior point guard for the Wildcats, had a crossover that went so hard it actually resulted in senior point guard JT Wilfong tearing his ACL. So Tigers coming into this game with a one-game lead on first place and coming in and not at full strength, Mara. Yeah. And the Tigers are going to control the tip. That's Dawson Kramer with the ball. He's going to bring the ball across. Setting everything up for the Tigers here. Moving the ball around the perimeter. Last time they played about 9 days ago, the Tigers eked out a 1-point win in a game the Wildcats at one point held a 15-point lead. So the Wildcats are going to look to get after it early. They're on a bit of a run right now after big wins over Wallace and St. Mary's. Jacob James's three is going to find the mark. Give the Tigers a 3-point lead here. Back the other way, it's Graydon Nearing with the ball. They're working it around. Graydon Nearing and Brennan Atkins are just terrific for the Wildcats lately. Ortley in the corner, back out to Nearing. Nearing will get to the middle, a lot of contact. He's going to get fouled, and I believe they're going to charge that one to Jacob James. So Jacob James is going to pick up the foul there. I actually thought that foul belonged to Dylan Kluss. It'll be Wildcat ball into their own basket. Wildcats get the ball in. Nice little design play. Tyler Ortley goes up. No call, or a lot of contact, no call. Rebound to Luna. Luna will go up, draw the foul, and one. And Luna will head to the line. They're going to give that foul to Sheldon Kistler there. Wildcats not playing in their traditional road uniforms. They're playing in these black National Guard uniforms. These are some pretty slick threads they're wearing tonight, Mara.
Flag on the back.
Yeah. Wildcats, Luna's free throw goes in, tie the game up. Wildcats bringing the ball back. They go inside, or middle, I guess, of the press. Find Jacob James. James dumps it off to Gardam. Gardam up top to Kramer. Kramer will slash in, and he was stripped by Ricketts. Ricketts finds Graydon Nearing on the lead pass. Graydon Nearing goes up, good for two. Wildcats take a 5-0 lead here. Tigers coming back the other way. They go inside, find Kramer. Kramer dumps it off to Kluss. Kluss's little 10-footer. He'll up and in. And right now the Wildcats need to stop giving up the baseline. Wildcats with the ball right now. Just kind of playing a little wrap around. Get the ball to Brennan in the corner. He'll spot a three. Nice open look for Atkins. Can't get it. He'll chase down his own rebound, though. He gets it out. Wildcats taking their time. Graydon Nearing with the ball. Finds Ricketts. Ricketts sees a lane, dumps it off to Ortley. Ortley dribbles right into traffic, kicks it out to Nearing. Nearing's going to go up, switches hands midair for two. 7-5 Wildcat lead. Wildcats sitting in this 2-2-1, almost a soft press, not really looking to trap, more or less to make the Tigers slow the game down. Kramer's going to get a good look, loses control of the ball. Kistler will recover, and I believe Graydon Nearing's going to pick up a cheap foul there. It's going to put Sheldon Kistler at the line. So far, the Wildcats have started out well offensively, but a little bit sloppy on the defensive end, Mara.
Yep, they're leaving the baseline open.
Kistler's first free throw is up and in. Second shot ties the game at 7. Wildcats bringing the ball back. And Timberlake appears like they're playing a man to begin the game here. They get a little bit more comfortable when they sit in their zone. Graydon Nearing pump fakes, trying to get something going. Back out to Atkins. Atkins' three is up and in. And the pace of this game, we're at 5 minutes and 18 seconds here in the first quarter, and it's a 10-7 ball game. So a frenetic pace, no shortage of offense. Kluss's high pass almost went over Kistler's head. Tigers working the ball around. Jacob James tries to throw it inside to Kistler. And right there might be the opening the Wildcats need to take a bigger, a double possession lead here. Atkins fires pass over to Ortley. Ortley dribbles in, one-handed pass stolen by Kramer. Kramer's coming up in transition, finds Jacob James in the corner. James, former Wildcat, finds Gardam. Gardam's little 10-footer goes up, no good. Rebound corralled by the Tigers. Chase Gardam with the ball out to Kramer. Wildcats look a little lethargic on defense right now, especially rebounding as Luna tips a pass out of bounds. Into the game for the Wildcats. It's going to be Tyrell Davis and Logan Jerome. Jerome, a sophomore, has been playing some huge minutes for Kellogg the last few games. Important minutes. Tyrell Davis with the rebound off the missed shot from Kistler. Wildcats coming back down, finds Ricketts top of the key. Ricketts back over to Davis. Wildcats just taking care of the ball, trying to find shots they like, and this floor seems awfully slick. Entry pass to Jerome. He's going to get slapped by Gardam. That's going to be Gardam's first foul. And the team's third team foul for the Tigers here. Wildcats get the ball inbounded. And we're going to get a 5 count before the ball was inbounded. Tyrell Davis couldn't make up his mind, so a silly turnover there from the Wildcats. Could have thrown the ball off of his defender. He could have done a lot of things there, but he held the ball for just too long. Wildcats now looking to trap out of this 2-2-1 press. Into the game, that's, I believe, Wyatt Dickinson. They're going to get the ball middle, find Dickinson. Dickinson on the wing. Dribbles around, gets it over to Kluss. Kluss finds Jacob James out on the perimeter. Back over to Kluss. Thought about a three, didn't take it. They'll go inside to Gardam. Gardam's going to try to step through the zone, make a shot, no good. He's going to catch the rebound, though, out of bounds. It's going to be Wildcat ball. Wildcats haven't been able to capitalize their last couple possessions here. Timberlake sitting in kind of a 1-2-2 press. They go middle, get the ball to Ricketts. Ricketts dumps it off to Jerome. Jerome's pass back out to Ricketts is tipped out of bounds. And now that lethargic behavior that we saw in defense to begin the game has kind of spread itself out to the offense here. It's 10-7 still. Brennan Atkins with the step back. No good off the side of the rim. Rebound Gardam. Gardam's lead pass to Jacob James. He'll pull it out. But we haven't seen a basket scored in nearly 3 minutes of play here. Dylan Kluss for three. He'll change that, though. Tie the game at 10. Game tied 10-10. Tyrell Davis with the ball. And Kellogg seems to have fallen in love with trying this step back on just about every time they have the ball. Tyrell Davis working things around, back over to Atkins. Atkins has a man slipping, but I think that has more to do with the court than anything. Everyone's kind of slipping around out there. Davis pulls up, goes high off the glass, no good. Rebound Kistler. Timberlake coming back the other way. And this is Kistler with the ball on the wing. Cross court to Dickinson. Dickinson drops it into Gardam. Gardam's little 10-foot jumper, no good. Rebound tipped out by Raiden Ricketts. Atkins recovers, fires a pass to Tyrell Davis, who couldn't catch it. Atkins with the chase down on Kistler. Kistler's shot, no good. Ricketts with the rebound out in transition, slows things down. He'll pull up from three, though, no good. Rebound Gardam. And back to 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Score still tied at 10. Cross-court pass from Garden to Dickinson. Up and no good. Rebound Ricketts saves it to Luna. And the Wildcats are coming back the other way. Right now, the Wildcats are really, really struggling to find any sort of rhythm here in this ball game. A minute and a half left here in the quarter. Wildcats pull the ball out. They're going to reset their offense. Logan Jerome with the ball finds Luna. Luna over to Atkins. Inside to Jerome. Pump fake. A lot of contact. No good. Gets the roll, though. And the Wildcats have a 12-10 lead. Tigers just moving the ball, slowly breaking this press. Jacob James, they're going to get the ball across. Bounce pass to Kistler. Kistler tries to bounce one in to guard him, and Logan Jerome almost stole it, but tipped it out. Wildcats going with a bit of a rotation change here with a minute 10 left. Graydon Nearing back into the game along with Tyler Ortley, but then it's Brandon Miller making his first appearance in the game. Kistler in there trying to bully the smaller Wildcat, but Logan Jerome holds solid. Outlet to Brandon Miller. Miller back up to Graydon Nearing. High post to Tyler Ortley. Ortley kind of got pushed out of position there. Now the Wildcats just taking their time, moving the ball around. No hurry here with a 2-point lead and 50 seconds remaining in the quarter. Just taking their time. Ortley flicks it out to Miller. Miller going to try a three off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Kramer. And I'm not entirely sure why Miller took that shot there. It was a contested shot. He wasn't even open. It almost looked like he didn't know what to do with the ball, like he got tired of passing it. And Tigers are going to get called for a travel here on their possession. Miller pushed Dylan Kluss into faking a pass, but he slid on this floor. And once again, this floor seeming like it's not necessarily the most grippy surface for these teams to be playing on. Miller's pass out to Ortley. Ortley steps through, finds Graydon Nearing. 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Nearing's going to dribble in, dumps it off to Jerome. Jerome goes up, off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound. Fighting for the ball, is stripped by Dickinson. And the clock will run out with the Wildcats on top, 12-10 here at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back with the second quarter. Thanks for watching Channel 3 Sports. And we're back with the second quarter here. Wildcats on top of the Tigers, 12-10. Wildcats getting the ball to begin the quarter here. Atkins with the ball for the Wildcats. Kicks it over to Miller. Wildcats running a play here, trying to free up. Looks like Brandon Miller. Trying to have Miller take advantage of the speed mismatch here. Graydon Nearing finds Atkins. Atkins puts the ball on the deck. They're swinging the ball around, just taking time off the clock. Trying to give Miller the freedom to work on Dickinson. Entry pass from Nearing, almost stolen. Corralled by Ortley. Ortley shot, no good. Rebound Kramer. Kramer coming down in transition. Uses screen. Gets to the rack, dribbles in. They're going to call that foul on the ground. I believe that's going to be charged to Logan Jerome, yeah. Logan Jerome on the foul there. Wildcats ball, or I'm sorry, Tigers ball. They're working the ball around. Jacob James with the ball finds Kramer. So far, Timberlake has not gone to their bench much here. Errant pass from James, or from Dickinson up to James. Tigers trying to work the ball around. Ooh, Kramer almost traveled with the ball. James works it around, finds Dickinson. Dickinson goes inside, short corner to guard him out to James. James will shoot a three. No good, long rebound corralled by James. He'll put one up though, and he'll tie this game at 12. And Tigers coming back this way. It's Dawson. Gonna swing the ball, and the Tigers are just being patient. They're doing what the Wildcats were doing earlier. 6 minutes left here in the second quarter. Game tied up at 12. Just moving the ball around. Kramer with the ball now to Dickinson. Dickinson will try a three, and it's good. Give the Tigers a 15-12 lead here. Brandon Miller with the ball. Finds Atkins. Wildcats playing against this zone defense in motion. Swings it around to Miller. Miller will drive in. Goes off the glass. Wild shot. Rebound by Kramer. Kramer coming back. Finds Dickinson. Swings it over to Kluss. Kluss corrals it. Dribbles in. Floats one up and in. And it's a 17-12 ball game here. And Coach Jeff Nairn is going to take a timeout. We'll be right back with the rest of the second quarter after a message. Thanks for watching Channel 3 Sports. It's like both of our mics are picking up me talking.
Talk to Simon. Wildcats with
And in and out, no good. Rebound, guard him. Back come the Tigers. They find Dawson Kramer. Kramer dumps it off to Jacob James. Corner to Kluss inside to Gardem. Gardem's going to go up and get easy too. Wildcats trailing 19-12. Atkins with the ball. Spins off his man. Finds Ricketts. Ricketts drives in. He's going to get fouled on the drive by Dickinson. It's going to be Dickinson's first foul and the fourth team foul. Sheldon Kistler back into the game for the Tigers. Atkins takes the inbounds pass. Kicks it over to Ricketts. Ricketts dribbles in hard off the glass and good for two, making this a 19-14 ball game. Wow. Tigers moving the ball real well out of the press. Gardem's little jumper rims off. Rebound Nearing. Nearing pushing the ball back in transition. Dribbles inside. A little bit of contact off the glass and in for two. 19-16 ball game. Wildcats showing some life right now. Wildcats taking away the middle in this press. Kramer fires the ball ahead to Kistler. Kistler will hold the ball, reset the offense. Wildcats, I think, now playing a man-to-man. Tigers working the ball around. Jacob James uses the screen, tries to play pick and roll, almost gets stolen by Ortley. Throws it off Dickinson's hands. Wildcats seemingly uncomfortable playing this man-to-man defense here. Fortunately for the Wildcats, that pass from Kistler to Dickinson was a little hard. Dickinson right out of the game, Kluss right back in. Wildcats with the ball. Go errant pass tipped out of bounds by Jacob James. Atkins was trying to go inside to Ricketts. So it'll be Wildcats ball under their own basket. Graydon Nearing gets the ball inbounded deep to Ricketts. A lot of contact there from Kramer. So the Wildcats will get the ball once again. That's the 5th team foul. It's the 5th team foul for the Tigers. So 3.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Wildcats trailing 19-16. Graydon Nearing on the curl screen will dribble up. A lot of contact. He's going to get fouled, I believe, by Chase Gardam. That's going to be the Tigers' 6th foul and Gardam's 2nd foul. So right now, Wildcats really struggling to get offense, but they're drawing fouls. Nearing's free throw careens out of the rim. Wildcats just need to get some stops here. And I think the Wildcats can keep playing this lockdown tight defense. They're going to be in good shape to. Tigers rebound. Kluss had it in his hands. And I thought Kluss just dropped the ball, but it must have been tipped out by Luna. Wildcats playing man-to-man on the press here. Dickinson picks up his dribble. Kramer with the ball. Almost dribbles into a trap. We're going to get a timeout from Timberlake there. Timberlake took the timeout. Let's see what kind of call. They're going to take a full timeout, drop a press break. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching Channel 3 Sports. Out of the timeout, it's going to be Tiger ball. They're up top on the Wildcats, 19-16 here with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Pivotal Intermountain League contest here. Tigers could win this game and take control of first place, sole possession of first place in the Intermountain League. Wildcats looking to stay in the hunt for potential home court advantage during the district tournament. Kramer's three out of the timeout, careens off the rim. Tyler Ortley will try to get the rebound, but Kluss will tip it out of bounds. Wildcat ball. Wildcats with the ball now, trailing by 3, just under 3 minutes left. Atkins with the ball for the Wildcats, dribbles up, dumps it off to Ricketts. Finds Atkins on the curl. Atkins doesn't take the shot. Off the screen, though, he'll pull up from the elbow. Can't hit. Rebound, Kistler. Wildcats trying to stay out of foul trouble. They only have 2 for the entire half. Tigers coming back the other way. Kramer resets the offense. Right now, just a slow, methodical game after a first 3 minutes that saw 17 points scored. We've seen the game really, really slow down, it seems like. Kistler's wild lay-in, no good. Great defense from the Wildcats. Ricketts in transition will dump it off to Atkins. Atkins squares his feet, and they're going to call him for the travel after he set his feet. Interesting call there from the official. It must have just been obvious that he set his feet. We see shooters do that all the time. Wildcats playing a man-to-man press here. Kistler is going to get called for carrying the ball. Coach Mike Minty not happy with Sheldon Kistler arguing the call with the official. Poor body language and everything there. Tyrell Davis with the ball for the Wildcats. Finds Atkins. Atkins pump fake, playing pick and roll. Gets crowded there by Kistler. Kistler playing incredibly aggressive after that last call. Wildcats working against what seems to be a bit of a zone. Tyrell Davis picks up his dribble. Back out to Atkins. Minute and a half left here in the first half. Ricketts goes high post to Ortley, out to Atkins. He'll fire a three. No good. Rebound Ortley. Ortley goes up. And they're going to call that shot on the ground, but it's going to be a 1-and-1 foul. I believe that's going to go on Dylan Kluss. Yeah, Dylan Kluss picking up the foul. That's his first, the team's seventh, though. Tyler Ortley needs to step up and knock down some free throws here for the Wildcats. Atkins struggling to find a shot. Ortley's first shot is up and in. 19-17 ball game here. Ortley can take that second shot now. Up and in. He knew that was in before it left his hand. He didn't even try to go for the rebound. Wildcats staying kind of in this man press here. Kistler with the ball. Has it popped off his face. And the ball hit him in the face. I don't think there was any contact there by Davis. And Tyrell Davis, I think, knows it too. That ball just popped out of Kistler's hands and hit him right in the mush. And I think his head snapping back caused the official to make the call there. Tigers with the ball. Kramer working on Tyrell Davis. Jacob James with a nice little crossover move. Back out to Kistler. Kistler will pull from deep, off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Luna. Wildcats trailing 19-18 here. A little bit of transition. When the Wildcats can get out and run, that's when they're the most effective. We saw that the other night against St. Mary's. Atkins trying to find his stroke. Dumps it off to Ricketts. Ricketts over to Ortley. He had a wide open Luna if he had just looked to the other side of the court there. Tyrell Davis takes a little bump. Ricketts on the curl screen. Dumps it off to Atkins. And Wildcats taking a lot of contact here. Nice pass into Luna. Luna goes up and in off the bounce. Make this a 20-19 game. And Wildcats with a 1-point lead, 10 seconds left. Kistler with the ball, dumps it over to Kluss. Kluss's three. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound Ricketts. Ricketts gets the ball ahead to Atkins. He'll fire at the buzzer. And no good. So at the end of the first half, Wildcats on top of the Timberlake Tigers, 20-19. We'll be back with the second half of play. Thanks for watching Channel 3 Sports. so
I can hear you.
I'm talking into that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear us? So- can you hear us right now?
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to mute one of them and then leave the one that's on and talk into it, and let's watch which one of these bounces on the mixer.
All right, so I am plugged in right now using the cord that Mara was using, and I apologize to anybody listening to this. We're having some horrible technical difficulties, so we're doing some equipment check here, but we don't want to interrupt the stream. So I have Mara's cord plugged into my headset, and it seems to be working. So I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to have Mara talk using the cord from my headset.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Simon?
She's talking now.
So it must be my headset and not...
There's like a 20-second delay, so we've got to wait.
Oh, okay.
Keep talking though. Just, can you hear Mara at all? So do you think maybe just this one cord doesn't want to interact with the other headset by chance? All right. Well, we're here at halftime, and we're doing some sound checks right now. We've had some issues with some sound. The entire game, our secondary headset hasn't been working. So, I'm going to let Mara talk for a second. Anything. We're having technical difficulties, and Mara's being nervous right now. Just put your mouth up there. It's fine. Talk. Just say something. You're muted.
Okay, I was muted. Sorry, guys. More technical difficulties. Can you hear me? Loud and clear. All right. So the first half went pretty well for the Wildcats. They started off a little bit slow, but towards the end they started working the ball more. I think what they really need to do is look more to the post. I'm seeing them open down on the block a lot, but okay.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second half of play here. Sorry for any of you who were having to deal with us and our technical difficulties, but we are back. This is Josh McDonald along with Mara Ashcraft, and we're here for the second half of play in this big Intermountain League game. It's the Wildcats versus Timberlake. Wildcats on top 20-19. What are some of the things you liked about the first half, Mara?
Well, you know, I really like the way that Kellogg was breaking the press break. They seem to have their transition down. And like you said earlier, when Kellogg gets out and runs, that's when they really find their rhythm. If we can get that going in the second half, we should be able to pull away from the Tigers. Down on the opposite side, playing on defense, it was a really good, clean game. They didn't even get into the bonus for the fouls. But Timberlake's just been shot for shot with Kellogg. It's been back and forth the last 2 quarters, so we'll see how the second half goes.
Absolutely correct, Mara. And it's Tiger ball. They're just being patient. We were able to talk that entire 30 seconds there. And Kistler is going to try a little shot off a little shove there. No good. Shoots way over the basket. Jacob James gets the rebound. Wildcats not rebounding very well. Wildcats still looking kind of lethargic here. Atkins with the ball, drives in, dumps it off to Ortley. Ortley's going to take off, kicks it into Luna. Luna goes up, takes some contact, no good. Rebound, Gardam. Ton of contact there from Kistler to Luna.
And you know, Luna was the only one down there trying to rebound. Kellogg needs to get in and crash the boards.
Yeah, and this Timberlake team is definitely big and athletic. That's one thing they have going for them. Gardam almost loses the ball, but rattles the loose ball shot home. Wildcats coming the other way, trailing 23-20. And it just seems like the Wildcats are struggling to communicate here. Atkins loses the ball mid-air, tried to pass it, had to throw up a shot, kind of a desperation shot here. And the Wildcats' energy that we saw the other night against St. Mary's, it just doesn't seem to be where it was just a few days ago. And I don't know if it's exhaustion in the Wildcats. This is their 4th game in 7 days, so it could very well be fatigued. But I mean, these young kids, you would think they wouldn't be fatigued. Working the ball around. Nearing goes inside to Luna, back out to Atkins. He'll fire a 3. No good. Rebound Kistler. And Gavin Luna or Tyler Ortley going to get called for the foul there. And the Wildcats just, I mean, they're not hitting their shots, which has got to be frustrating for them. And on the flip side, the Tigers are just being very patient with the ball, so not really giving the Wildcats a ton of opportunities. So Atkins comes up with a big steal, walks the tightrope, kicks it over to Ricketts. Ricketts going to drive in, switches hands, gets the bucket. And right there was like the most life we've seen from the Wildcat defense into offense all game. Gardam's pass goes between Kistler's legs.
Oh, and it looks like they're going to call a foul. I think that's going to be on Luna. Wait, on Nearing? I didn't even see Nearing anywhere near the ball.
I think they called it on 12. I think that's supposed to be on 12, not 21. Looks like they're letting it stand as Graydon Nearing. Costly foul there for the Wildcats. Should have been a turnover. Kramer with the ball, waiting for Atkins to come to him, and we're gonna get an offensive foul on Kistler. It should have been a carry. As Kramer rounded that corner, he took the old YBL 3-step, carry the ball. So it's gonna be Wildcats ball after the Timberlake offensive foul.
Surprised that's Kistler's first offensive. He was really aggressive in the first half.
He's been incredibly aggressive all game, which, like you said, surprises me a little bit about where he is at in this game. Graydon Nearing sets his feet off the screen, back out to Ricketts. They're really letting him play physical here. Nearing thrives under physical play, though, as he drives in right at Kistler. A lot of contact,
Kistler
misses the shot.
Feet.
And Coach Jeff Nearing wants an explanation from referee Dustin Gannon. There was a ton of contact there as Graydon Nearing went up. It'll be Wildcats ball underneath after the foul, or I believe a jump ball.
Some questionable calls in the second half.
And Coach Jeff Nearing letting him hear about it. And the inbounds pass goes off Luna's feet. Timberlake guarding the inbounds very well here.
Well, that was just poor decision making on Kellogg. They had Ricketts wide open at the top.
I think they get nervous throwing those long passes against this Timberlake team, because the one thing that this Timberlake team has going for them is that they are incredibly long. They are long and athletic. Jacob James dumps it off to Kluss in the corner. Kluss has no dribble, but got away with a double dribble there. Misses the shot, and I'm not entirely sure what just happened there. Atkins with the ball, and this turning into a very physical affair very quickly here. Wildcats working it around. Atkins with the ball, dribble drive, penetration. Inside to Luna. Luna dumps it off to Ricketts. Errant pass. Ricketts going to go up and get fouled, and we're going to give this foul to either Dylan Kluss or Chase Gardam. That's Dylan Kluss. So I didn't really think that was a foul there. I didn't really like the pass from Luna to Ricketts.
I wouldn't have tried it.
Yeah.
Bounce pass right in the key.
Ricketts gets a very kind roll to tie this game up, and this game has moved to, I mean, this is one of the slowest paced boys games I've ever seen. 4.5 left here in the third quarter. Ricketts knocks down both free throws to give the Wildcats back their lead. Ooh, and
almost a travel.
Almost travel there. Kistler with the ball, dribbles in, finds Gardam. Gardam hands off to Jacob James. James trying to get open, dumps it off to Kistler. Great pass from Jacob James. Back come the Wildcats, now trailing again by 1. They've had their chances at times, not taking advantage of them. Atkins with the ball, playing pick and roll with Luna. Out to Davis. Davis's three is up, no good, off the rim. Corralled by Atkins. Floats it up top to Ricketts, and the Wildcats throwing some kind of scary passes here. Atkins will try a three, though. No good. Rebound, Luna. Luna goes up. Little bit of contact, saved by Ortley. Ortley's going to try the jump shot. Wildcats really struggling to get their shots to fall there. Great hustle all around, but Ortley's jump shot was about as close to in as you can get without it going in. Inside, Kistler's going to go up, nice little reverse, and they're going to call a blocking foul.
It's going to be on Luna. I think that's his first.
I mean, it's either his first or his second, just his first. Third team foul, so the Wildcats already at their total for the first half. They played a relatively clean first half here. Kistler's first free throw hits the front of the rim, no good.
Looks like Timberlake's going to bring in Kramer.
Neither team really shooting the ball particularly well. I know a lot of Timberlake's points have come off of open threes. But, Kistler goes 0 for 2. Doesn't even try to get a rebound there. Wildcats in transition. Atkins with the ball, playing pick and roll. Doesn't see Ricketts on the roll. Had wide open Ricketts. Ricketts will drive in, go out of the glass. And Ricketts is the perfect athlete for what Timberlake is bringing defensively as the Wildcats retake their lead. He's big, fast, and long. And right there, Jacob James almost gets trapped. Dumps it off to Dickinson, and no help on the weak side. Wildcats getting beat weak side almost consistently in this ball game. Ricketts going to dribble in, gets fouled, kicks it out to Atkins. And Atkins got that one to go through. But, hey, maybe seeing the ball go through the net will be what Atkins needs to get his shot going. That's going to be Dylan Kluss's third foul. So, costly foul. He's one of those long, lengthy shooters that are really hard to guard at this level. Wildcats having to inbound the ball. Pass tipped by Dickinson. The Wildcats. Coach Jeff Neary not happy with the inbounding woes that have been affecting the Wildcats here for most of this game. Nice inbounds to Luna. Luna goes up, has nothing. Gets it out to Tyrell Davis. Davis with the pump fake, pulls up from 10. No good. Rebound. Tipped out, controlled by Atkins. And Dickinson is going to catch Atkins. A little bit of a chop block there. I'm just glad Atkins is okay. Those are the kind of fouls that end up with really terrible knee injuries. Atkins going to get a much-deserved breather. Wildcats with the ball. Trailing by 1 with 2.5 left here in the third quarter. Ortley takes the pass, dribbles in, goes up, gets blocked. Good block from Gardam. Good strong take from Ortley, though. Ortley's going to go to the bench to talk about it. I don't think they like Ortley dribble driving from, 20 feet out. Wildcats still struggling to get the ball in. And they do. It's going to go out of bounds off Jacob James. And I'm not entirely sure what it is about Timberlake's inbounds defense that is causing the Wildcats such fits. But it really is. Graydon Nearing gets the inbounds. Going to drive baseline. Fires an errant pass stolen right away by the Tigers. Back come the Tigers, leading 27-26. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Wildcats could really use a turnover or some sort of strong defensive possession here. Kramer with the ball. Does not like to dribble left. Kistler will get an open three, though. And that will extend the Tigers' lead to 4.
Wildcats
Graydon Nearing dribbles up, goes inside to Luna. Luna's almost loses the ball. Tries to get the ball out and does to Graydon Nearing, and the Wildcats just have no energy.
I think they need to call a timeout and reset their offense.
Yeah, Wildcats definitely need some sort of life out there. Brandon Miller, generally a spark plug, but just the Wildcats overall just look lethargic here. The minute and a half left. Timberlake perfectly willing to sit on this 4-point lead. They find Jacob James, lob pass to Gardam. Backdoor dunk. Big play from the Tigers there. It's the second time Gardam's dunked on him this season. Graydon Nearing shot misses off. Rain Ricketts going right back into the game. Not a single Wildcat crashed the board there. Wildcats facing their largest deficit of the game, 6 here. Kramer shot wild. Tipped out by the Tigers, recovered by Jacob James. They find Kramer in the corner. Kramer's going to reset the offense here. Just under a minute left here in the third quarter. And Gardam's going to get another open look off the curl. And things going terribly right now for the Wildcats.
Kellogg is just getting worked over on both ends.
Graydon Nearing entry pass to Tyrell Davis is knocked out. And like we said, just absolute lethargy from the Wildcats here. They don't seem to be playing very intense on offense, and they're not playing inspired defense. Gardam's had 2 very wide open looks. One of them ended up being a pretty spectacular dunk.
Kellogg's still struggling with the inbound plays.
Once again, another inbound play going against the Wildcats. Gardam thought about taking that 3. 30 seconds left now in the third quarter here. 34-26 ball game.
And Ortley's going to get called for a hand check at the top of the 3. It's a ticky-tack foul.
Team's 4th foul, trailing by 8 right now. Wildcats could go a long ways to get a steal and a bucket here. They've got Ortley guarding the point guard. Kicks it out to Dickinson. Dickinson picks up his dribble, back over to Kramer. 10 seconds now. Kramer picks up his dribble, out to Gardam. Gardam working on, and not really comfortable dribbling the ball. 5 seconds. Jacob James kicks it out to Gardam. Gardam fires one up at the buzzer. So Tigers had a chance to go up by double digits there. Didn't really run much of a play, but the Wildcats trail 34-26 at the end of the third quarter. So, the things that got to change here is the Wildcats are going to have to figure out something. They need something to get them going on offense. And, defensively, you've held a team to 34 points through 3 quarters. It's just an average of 11 points. It's really not that bad, but you can't only score 26 points through 3 quarters.
And Gardam had a big third quarter. He's got a mismatch down there with Jerome on him. If it was me, I'd take Ortley and put Jerome on the point guard.
So, yeah.
Just size, they're both long, competitive players.
Gardam seems to be the athletic freak. I think I've watched Chase Gardam play for the last couple years, and I can remember him as a sophomore being just as athletic and causing just as many fits, just the difference in team that he was facing. The Wildcats are not the same team they have been the last couple years. To see them come out, and if they can be resilient and pull out a win here, that would be I mean, a shot to the system, I think. See what Coach Nearing has designed for this quarter. Wildcats starting out in man, like you said. There's Ortley on Gardem. Passing the ball around. Almost a carry there. Great Nearing comes up with a big steal, dribbles in. A lot of contact on the layup, so Nearing will go to the line for 2. So there's 1 turnover.
This quarter, Kellogg just needs to push and be aggressive, force turnovers, be aggressive on offense. They need to crash the boards, too. They're getting killed on offensive rebounds.
That was a good defensive possession right there for the Wildcats. Nearing knocks down the first free throw. But what made that a good is that the guys knew their role. They didn't have Logan Jerome crowding his man. But then on the flip side, you had other guards making sure that their guard players, everyone knew how to guard their player the right way. Wildcats still trying to press here. Which, I mean, I know they want to force some turnovers. And there's almost another one. Jacob James is going to get an open look from the 3, and it's in. And that's just one of those bad rolls there. Wildcats trailing by 9. Ortley goes up, a little bit of contact, and it's going to be out of bounds. Wildcats ball. It had already bounced on the line.
Looks like Luna's going to come back in. Ortley's going to take a breather. Let's see if they can get this inbound play to work.
And Kellogg going to take a 30-second timeout here. Coach Nearing not happy that that foul wasn't called down there on that end, as trying to see who it was that dribbled in there. On that last play, though, Wildcats dang near came up with the steal, and the ball just kind of one of those things where the 50-50 balls don't go your way all the time. That rolled right into the waiting hands of a wide-open Jacob James. Any normal time, that's probably a steal, and the Wildcats are coming the other way. Wildcats really can't afford to have many empty possessions, especially when they're inbounding under their own basket. See here what the Wildcats elect to do. And tipped out of bounds. And the Tigers aren't doing anything more than just keeping their arms up. You know, they're just making sure that it's hard to throw through them.
And Kellogg doesn't seem to be wanting to throw it out to the 3. They keep working it inside.
Yeah, I know they're wanting to get their post going as Gavin Luna picks up 2. 30-37 game. Kramer picks up his pass. Luna almost comes up with the steal. Ricketts will as Jerome corrals the loose ball. Back come the Wildcats.
Ricketts going to pull it back out, set up the
Smart
offense.
move from Ricketts. They're going to find Nearing. Nearing's going to try to get a 3 to go here. It hits the side of the rim. No good. Rebound Kramer. Kramer's going to push the ball in transition. Almost has it poked away. They'll reset, though, and the Wildcats are going to have to step up. Empty possessions like that one cannot happen. Backdoor from Gardem, and a good foul from Atkins. Atkins not allowing another dunk to go down.
Gardem will go to the line for 2.
Absolutely a good foul from Atkins there. I think this gym would have gone nuts if Gardem had gotten up and gotten that one. It's only Atkins' first foul, the team's 5th foul. Gardem knocks down the first free throw. 38-30 ball game here. And right now, Tigers could, they're 6.5 minutes away from controlling the district tournament for both the boys and girls tournaments. Gardem's second shot in, giving the Tigers a 9-point lead. Atkins with the ball, finds Luna. Luna's going to dribble in. And it's like the Wildcats don't recognize when they have the
Nearing
matchups
for 3.
they want.
No good.
No
and
good.
Jerome's the only Wildcat down there trying to pull in a rebound.
Well, and off that double team, they should have gotten
Ooh, and that was a sick
open look out of
crossover,
that.
wide open land.
Kramer had a nice crossover to get open there. Atkins with the ball, dribbles in, finds Nearing. Nearing will drive in.
A lot of contact again. It looks, I think they're going to call that one on Kistler. He left his feet.
So Nearing will go to the line for 2, but you know, right now the Wildcats haven't seemed, ever since Timberlake went on that little run to push this lead from a 27-26 ball game to a 26-34 ball game. The Wildcats just have not been able to close the gap.
Nearing misses his first free throw. There's been quite a few missed free throws for the Wildcats.
Yeah. Wildcats just need to start really kind of just pulling the trigger.
Second one up and good.
Healthy roll there.
Timberlake has a 10-point lead, 6 minutes left in the fourth.
Kramer dribbles in,
They
dribbles
trap
right into
him.
the trap, and we're going to get a jump ball favoring the Wildcats.
That was good defense by Raiden Ricketts.
We're getting a sub in now.
So Davis is going to come in for Nearing, give him a bit of a breather.
Nearing hasn't been able to find his stroke. Really need him to start knocking down there, leaving him open, almost daring him to shoot the ball. They get a look
Wide
inside to
open.
Tyrell Davis. He goes up, pump fake, rebound followed by Luna. 33-41, 5:40 left. Plenty of time here for both teams. Tyrell Davis, and they've got to be close to that 10 count now. Gardam gets through, dumps it off to Kluss. Kluss's shot hits the front of the rim, rebound Ricketts. Ricketts going to push the ball ahead in transition. Almost travels there.
Timberlake
Crowd wanted
to
a travel. Ricketts not even looking at the shot. Atkins working on Jacob James. Ricketts top of the key. He'll spy a three, and it's in.
Good.
It's 36-41. Wildcats trailing by 5. 5 minutes left. Timberlake struggling against this press all of a sudden. Oh, Ricketts almost got another steal, but slid. And once again, is this floor like, it looks like it's an ice skating rink out there. Ortley back in the game, give Logan Jerome a breather. Jerome playing some solid minutes, picking up the steal.
Wildcats are doing a great job with a trap on their press break.
Wildcats looking a lot more comfortable suddenly defensively, playing from behind. Kramer with the ball, kicks it out to Kluss. And Kluss over to James inside. Kistler. Kistler's going to go up. Nice big strong move. Rebound Luna.
Luna with some good defense on Kistler. Kistler's been really physical down there.
Ricketts dumps it off to Atkins. Atkins three. Hits the top, hits the strap, and it's out of bounds. So those cables up top there. And that's tough when you have you can't get any roll there. Kramer with the ball. Oh, almost got caught with traveling. Working the ball up, dribbles in, floats one over the top, right into James. James over to Kluss. Kluss doesn't take the open look. And we're going to get, I don't even know what to call that defensive possession. The Wildcats were walking around, almost unsure if they were playing man or zone. 4 minutes left, Wildcats trailing by 5. I mean, only down by 2 possessions at this point. It just doesn't look like they can get over the hump there. Kramer's shot is up. Hits the front of the rim, no good. And we've seen more life out of the Wildcats this quarter than we did in the second quarter.
In the first 3.
Yeah. I don't know, the first 3 minutes of the first quarter were played at a rather exciting pace. And referee Dominic Dyer out there cleaning up some wet floor, it looks like. Score stands 41-36. Timberlake on top at Kellogg. Just over 4 minutes left in the game. Kramer's second shot is up and in, giving it a 42-36 game here. Tyrell Davis with the ball, swings it over to Graydon Nearing. Nearing on the pick and roll will drive in. A lot of contact there, can't hit. Rebound falls right into the waiting hands of Chase Gardam.
It was a good drive by Nearing, though.
Yeah, and
A few more of those draw contacts and hit your free throws.
well, I thought there was a lot of contact there. I thought Graydon Nearing should be shooting free throws. Kluss with the ball, almost stolen by Graydon Nearing. Gardam's hook shot, no good. Rebound controlled by Tyrell Davis. Davis ahead to Atkins. Trying to get something going here. Back over to Davis. Davis swings it to Nearing. Nearing goes middle once again. Fakes, doesn't pass the ball to Luna.
Nobody there to block out.
I don't know why he didn't pass the ball to Gavin Luna there. Still unsure there. Luna could have moved the ball out a little bit. 3 minutes left. Wildcats down 32-26. And Timberlake we're going to get a timeout here.
Looks like it's going to be a full timeout.
So, you know, on that last possession, it was like Graydon Nearing looked off Gavin Luna completely instead of, you know, just kicking the ball out and trying to reset things. He forced a tough shot. So, you know, right now, if you're the Wildcats, you need high percentage shots. You're not trying to make the tough ones, the impossible ones yet. You need to be patient with the ball and try to get a good look. You're still, I mean, at that point it was 4 minutes left. You're still 180 seconds away from needing to start forcing stuff. You have plenty of time.
When they're getting open looks, they're just not taking the shots.
And we have seen that a few times, surprisingly, where the Wildcats have dribbled in, kicked the ball out, and the shot just, the shooters aren't willing to take the shots. They've struggled to get the ball to go in. And this is their first game away from the friendly confines of Andrews Gymnasium in a while. And I actually think the Wildcats only have 2 wins on the road. One of them was a win against Timberlake in Wallace in the Silver Valley tournament. And then they beat Priest River in Priest River. Other than that, they've only won games at home. So winning on the road is not something that they're terrifically good at. Wildcats sitting in their 2-3 zone looking to trap.
Guard them, sneaking down.
I think they were trying to bait guard him into that. That's the pass they want right
there.
there.
It is.
Right there is the pass that they want. Graydon Nearing pushing the ball ahead in transition.
It's like Graydon's going to take it to the hoop. Goes up, contact. Nope. Luna coming up with the rebound.
Luna saving the possession there for the Wildcats. And an errant pass cross court from Graydon Nearing. And, you know, right now Graydon Nearing is, he looks a little lost out there offensively. Guard him with the ball, 2.5 left. Wildcats coming up empty on their last 2 possessions. Timberlake just being patient, moving the ball. They're going to have to get out on there on defense. Go inside to Jacob James. James pulls up over the top of Atkins for 2. Lead back to 8 for the Tigers. Atkins dribbles in, kicks it over to Tyrell Davis. Davis up top to Nearing. Nearing going to drive in.
Out to Ortley. Ortley's going to take it in.
And the Wildcats still not able to really get their first step going. They don't really have time to take their time. Graydon Nearing will fire a 3 up, and it's good. So maybe that just got snapped Nearing back into it. 39-44. Wildcats only trailing by 5 now. Kramer with the ball. Skip pass ahead to Jacob James. And the Wildcats just need to be out flying around, switching everything. Tyrell Davis almost comes up with the steal. Good foul there, though. Puts Kramer at the line for a 1-and-1. And those are the fouls you want to see taken, because if they don't call it, it could have been a steal. Tyrell Davis picking up just his 2nd foul. They're going to put Ricketts back on the floor. Ricketts offensively a little bit more of a threat. Front end of the 1-and-1 for Kramer is up. No good. Rebound Kluss, though.
Ortley didn't even try to block Kluss out.
Yeah, there was no box out at all. Now Gardem has the ball. Moving around, just wasting clock. They're going to have to get out. And, you know, once again, that would be the guy I'd foul.
They need to get up on defense. The clock's starting to run down.
Wildcats letting precious seconds off the clock. Luna with the strip steal. He's going to dribble up, and he's fouled. And it's like watching them play in almost slow motion from this angle. Mara, I don't know if it's the angle of the court that we're broadcasting from. We're right over the Kellogg hoop, but it seems like they are just not moving nearly as fast as we saw them move the other night against St. Mary's.
Even against Wallace, too, is a much faster-paced game. Luna's first shot's up and good.
Making this a 44-40 game.
They're going to bring Davis in for Ricketts. There's a minute left on the clock.
Offensive. They're doing situation substitutions here. Luna can cut this down to a 1-possession game here. Shot for Luna is in. 41-44, and we're going to get a
Jeff Nearing looks
full
like
timeout. So we'll be back with the last minute of play. Thanks for watching Channel 3 Sports. All right, we're back. 1 minute left, 58.9 seconds. Wildcats trailing Timberlake 44-41. This game has been played at, I mean, I don't want to say a snail's pace, but it really feels like it's been a struggle. Graydon Nearing gets lost on the switch there. Jacob James coming back the other way. Kicks it ahead to Kramer. Kramer dribbles in. Dumps it off to Kluss. Kluss's pass up to Kistler. And the Wildcats, or the Tigers, trying to move it around. And they're doing a good job. And they're trying to get the ball. And they're not fouling right now. They're letting precious time run off the clock. They don't want to foul James. And there they do foul Kramer finally. They let 28 seconds go off the clock. Kramer on the 1-and-1 here. Wildcats need to stack the box as much as they can for rebounding. They've been just absolutely destroyed on the boards this game. Kramer shot on the 1-and-1. Up. And it's in. 45-41, 30 seconds left.
2-possession game for the Wildcats.
And
looks like they're going to bring Ricketts back in.
Yep.
Place of Davis, trying to get all their crash the boards.
And this effort from the Wildcats here in the fourth quarter has been superb. It's just been the fact that it wasn't there in the first 3 quarters.
Came in too late.
Kramer's shot no good. A rebound to Ricketts. Ricketts pushes the ball ahead. They find Atkins. Over to Ricketts. Moving the ball around right now. Atkins going to dribble in. Goes off the glass for 2. 15 seconds, 45-43. And the 5 count should have started already. So Coach Nearing wanted a timeout. So they're going to need to reset the clock back to 20 seconds. Nearing tried to call a timeout. We're trying to see here what the clock's at. As soon as the ball came through the hoop, Nearing was trying to get a timeout. Official Dustin Gannon saw the timeout, but Sheldon Kistler had grabbed the ball and was just slowly moving out of bounds. So the referees are going to go back and check out the clock, and I think they're going to reset the clock back to 20 seconds. I have to believe that they're going to put time here. Kistler was happy to slowly take the ball out of bounds. We're waiting here to see what they do with the clock. Too bad our broadcast wasn't, replayable yet. We could go back and tell them exactly where that needed to be at. We're waiting here to see what happened. The ball went through the net. They're going to put 3 seconds back on the clock. So that's a fair compromise there. Wildcats are going to be fouling right out of the gate. So they need to make sure the ball does not end up in the hands of Jacob James. He is an excellent free throw shooter.
Or guard
Still
him.
just a 1-shot foul here.
And the inbound.
And they're going to, they're not going to call a foul. And they're trying to foul, and they're going to get one, but they let 10 seconds run off, and they thought they had fouled James up the sideline.
It looked like a clear foul from back here.
Still only a 1-and-1 foul here. Dickinson would have to make both to make this a 2-possession game. Dickinson gonna have to shoot this 1-and-1 here. Let's see, this is where high pressure situation. Shot is up.
No good. And
Guard him
Timberlake comes up with
the
rebound.
rebound. And the Wildcats tried to foul Gardam on the back end. They didn't call a foul there. But now a 2-shot foul. That was the one they wanted.
Gardam's the one guy you want to pinch on a free throw, and they didn't.
Just a poor effort on the boards. 3 seconds left. Jacob James. First shot no good. It's a 2-shot foul though. And they took time off the clock. They took they took time off the clock on the make. It should be 3.8 seconds. And they can't add tenths of a second on there. So the Wildcats are going to lose an eighth of a second here. They can't add tenths of a second on these clocks, I believe. Wildcats losing nearly a full, oh, they are.
They only put it to 3-2.
They go with 3-2.
James,
Now if James
second
makes
one.
this free throw.
No good.
Ricketts with the, oh, and we're going to get a timeout.
With 2.8 seconds left on the clock.
Only down by 2. Wildcats still have plenty of time to get a good look here.
Looks like they're going to bring Davis and Miller back in.
Davis and Miller to pair along with Ricketts, Nearing, and Atkins. This is definitely a lineup built for speed.
With 2 seconds, who would you go to?
I'm going to Atkins, I think. His shot is quick. Ricketts, quarterback for the football team here, has quite an arm and can get the ball from one side of the court to the other pretty easily and pretty accurately. So right now, if I'm Coach Nearing, you have to be looking at who's throwing your pass. On the flip side, though, Ricketts might be your most consistent offensive weapon this game. So we'll see what happens here. The worst case scenario would be a Timberlake foul on a deep shot. Should be interesting to see what putting Miller back here makes them respect the deep throw. I wouldn't be surprised to see Atkins wrap around. 3 seconds. Oh my God.
Oh, and it bounces off the front of the rim. Almost went in. So it looks like Timberlake's going to come away with the win here tonight, 45-43, and they will take first place in the Intermountain League.
Atkins shot that shot with like 2 seconds left on the clock. I'm not entirely sure that was what the design was. I mean, it clanged off the rim. It had every intention of going in the basket, but yeah, like Mara said, final score 45-43, and Timberlake now win, lose, or draw, no matter what happens the rest of the way out. The Timberlake Tigers are the Intermountain League champions, and the Wildcats are not happy about it. As they're walking off the court, you can just see the frustration. But, you know, we'll be back tomorrow night, Mara and I will, along with Caleb McDonald. We've got girls district tournament, and we'll be doing all the games this year. So at 5 o'clock, tune in if you want to watch Priest River and Timberlake mix it up. And then the Wildcats will be taking on Bonners Ferry in the late game, and I believe that tips off at 7. So, you know, for Mara Ashcraft, I'm Josh McDonald. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for watching Channel 3 Sports.